Hi everybody, Jake here. Welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. If you're new, we're back with another episode of It's Coming Rome, the series where we try to take Lazio to the Champions League title in as quick a time as possible. As I said, this is episode 3. So far we had the first match of the season, the first Champions League game of the season, all full of transfers. This is the first time where we haven't had transfers in a video, so chances are, knowing YouTube, this video won't do so well because I can't put it in a title. So if you do enjoy this kind of content and you want to help me out, hit that like button, and if we can aim for 90 likes, then that'll be awesome. But so far, your guys' support on this series has been immense, and speaking of immense, this Lazio team is playing very, very well for us. As you can see, we're top of the table. We've got an A- on manager performance. We'll talk about everything that's gone on that has meant that we are in this position right now. And we are facing Rennes yet again, like we did in the last video, in our Champions League group. The difference is this is now the final game of our Champions League group, and it's all on the line here in this match, actually. Nothing is really said and done, and we could either, I think, come top of the group or not even qualify at all for the Champions League knockout round. So everything is on the line here. I think we should do it and hopefully get our first win in a video, I believe, as I think we've drew both games so far, one against Inter Milan and the other one against Rennes in the Champions League. But yes, as I did mention, so far so good, and your guys' support on the 2 episodes that we've had so far, it genuinely has been incredible in terms of the likes, the comments, the amount of people getting involved, people joining the Discord. The Discord has gone up from 100 odd members to nearly 130 now. I'm at 2,700 subscribers now. Both episodes have got over 500 views, one of which, the first one, is now over 1,000. So yeah, really big thank you guys, because at this point in Football Manager, with a few months left before the new game, usually the hype has died down a little bit and things don't do so well in terms of video performance, but you guys are killing it. This is the best series we've had so far in terms of views, and we're actually slightly ahead of schedule. If you think it took us 5 or 6 seasons with Lille, it actually took us 2 seasons to even get into a knockout round of the Champions League. So should we win this match, our Lazio save is going better than our Lille save. But of course, Lazio start off with much better players than our Lille team did. But yeah, let's get into today's video and let's get into how we've done since you last saw us. So as I did mention, no additional transfers. We are coming up to the transfer window though, so I'm sure by the next episode, the first round of the Champions League knockout, you will see who we brought in a January window, although I'm not sure how much we'll do. It might be more sales than it will be purchasing people. But if we look at our schedule, so far so good. As I did mention, you saw us against Rennes last, where we drew 1-1 at home. Since then, it's been a bit, results have been good, but it's been a bit of, where you just win by one odd goal here or there, or one lucky shot. We are dominating matches. It's just putting the ball in the back of the net seems to be our big issue. We did go and draw 2-2 to Napoli at home. Then we drew to Real Madrid 1-1, which was a very good result for us. However, Real Madrid did have 10 men for the majority of the game, but it's fine. We'll take a draw there. We beat Crotone away, Roma at home 4-0 in our biggest win of the series of our season so far. We did very well in that match. I was very happy with the way we played there. We then lost 1-0 to Real Madrid away. Not the biggest deal in the world. Real Madrid dominated the match, as you'd expect them to. We're not at that level yet. We then scraped past Sampdoria, scraped past Torino, both a 1-0 win, and we beat Shakhtar 3-1, which has put us in a pretty good position. One issue we have been having is, yes, he's scoring, but Immobile, who should be the one that really leads his team to glory, isn't doing so great. However, thankfully, whilst he isn't scoring so many, Edouard has really stepped up for us since we've signed him. I don't know what his actual numbers are. That doesn't look good looking at that, 9-2, and an average rating of 6.74. But I promise you, he is involved in a lot of what we're doing here. He scored more goals than that because he scored a few in the continental competitions too. But he is a very good striker, and I think that signing will go down as a very successful one. We've got a bit of a harder run in the league coming up with Milan and Atalanta. If we can win both them games, maybe I would consider us challengers for the title. But we're 10 games in right now. Yes, we've drew 2, lost 1. We are top of the league by 2 points. Everything's looking rosy. However, you've got to class the fact that Juventus haven't really got going yet, nor have Inter Milan. We've got 3 very good teams behind us. I'm still just saying top 4 will be good for us, but this is the Champions League group and why things could potentially go wrong today. So, should we win today and Real Madrid don't beat Shakhtar by many, which is very unlikely to happen, to be honest, because Shakhtar, as far as I'm aware, were the punching bag of this group. I didn't realise that Rennes were only on 1 point, but let's assume Real Madrid win. Our second place is the only thing up for grabs. If we can sneak into first place, then brilliant, but second place is fine by me, which means we need to basically do better than whatever Shakhtar do at Real Madrid. So if Shakhtar lose and we lose, it's fine. If Shakhtar draw, then we need to probably draw, and if Shakhtar win, then we definitely need to win. So yeah, we should be in a fine position. I think we should do it. We'll get into the first knockout round. Please the board. The board are happy with our league performance. We've got the Italian Cup coming up too, so we can rotate some players in there. But yeah, as I did mention, so far so good. Tactically, we've had to tweak things a little bit. You might notice a few differences here and there. It's mainly just changing attacking duties to support duties and that kind of thing. But so far, I'm very happy with the way that this tactic is playing. Even if it maybe isn't the most effective thing in the world, I'm enjoying using it and seeing how if we slowly improve the players, this could be a very deadly tactic over time. So, with that being said, this is probably going to be a shorter episode than usual because I don't think there's too much else to go into. If you are interested in things like our staff situation is brilliant right now. I fixed all of that. Training, I leave it to the assistant manager, so you don't need to worry about that at all. Dynamics, things are pretty good. Garay causing a big problem in the squad with 20 people agreeing with him and 2 disagreeing. And basically the idea being that he didn't get put in the Champions League squad because he's like a 7th choice centre-back. And he's like 36 or something, isn't he? 34. Yeah, he plays here and there in the league, maybe in the cup, but I'm not expecting too much from this guy. I don't know why he was expecting to be a key member. Maybe I put it in his contract that he was going to be like a squad player, which he is, but, you know, he didn't fit in the Champions League squad. We've got too many players in there. If you think the likes of Masuccio even need to get in, and he's only played once for us this season, plenty of players are going to have to miss out, but that's what I need to do in the transfer window, I think. I need to trim the squad a hell of a lot. But with that being said, let's get straight into today's match and hopefully get into the knockout rounds of the Champions League, which will be a great start to this series. Even if we get knocked out in the round of 16, I'm fine with that. We make a bit of money getting into the knockouts, and it should help us along quite nicely. So we're going for Strakosha in goal, who has been, in my opinion, the best player in this series so far. As I've been playing off camera, he is immense and he's been playing very well for us. I'm not looking for a new goalkeeper anytime soon. We've got Aya at the back, one of the better of the 3 centre-backs that we've been using recently. I'm going for Ahmed Hozic as a central defender on cover and Acerbi as the experienced ball-playing defender on the left-hand side. Our 2 wing-backs are going to be Lasari and Mohamed Ferez, and then in midfield we've got Castrovilli, who's been doing pretty well for us, and Milinkovic-Savic, who's starting to chip in with some goals here and there. We've got Luis Alberto in that attacking midfield position. It says I've put personalised training on for him. I just clicked it by accident and now it won't disappear, but oh well. Luis Alberto is there. He's not doing anything special, trust me. We've got Ciro Immobile up front with Edouard next to him, both of which are chipping in with goals here and there, and I actually need to sort the bench out because half of these players, because of registration rules, etc., can't play. So let me just quickly switch that round and sort it out. There we go, our bench is sorted and we are ready to go in today's match. So if you do enjoy it, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys for all the support. Everything's ready to go. This should be a fairly comfortable match. There's not too much pressure on our shoulders, but it could all go wrong if we do mess it up. So let's just play normally, keep possession, create chances, and hopefully get the win. So I'll see you there. Okay, we're off here in the match. This should be a pretty good test because, as you guys know, you saw us in the last episode against Rennes where we drew. So hopefully we improve on that performance. It was a 2-2 draw, I believe. And yeah, we've been playing pretty well. I have actually noticed we've been getting broken on a lot from corners, so I might need to adjust the corner tactic. Rennes have scored, but thankfully it's offside. But they do look dangerous. It's not going to be an easy match at all. We've just got to hope Real Madrid do the business over Shakhtar for us and don't just take qualification as a guarantee and then play a rubbish team and walk the game and not really be bothered about it. We need Real Madrid to go and get the win. But yeah, hopefully we can win it here. I'd like to see the wing-backs getting involved a lot. It's what I'm really impressed with in the tactic. It's what I'm looking out for those wing-backs like Mohamed Ferez on the ball now to get involved in the game. And what a goal that was from Luis Alberto. It's his first of the season. He's actually being linked with a 50 to 60 million pound move to Manchester United within this Football Manager save. And I might consider it, you know. I could put Correa in that position, and Luis Alberto up to this point hasn't done too much. If he can do stuff like this more often, I'll be perfectly happy with that. I'll keep him around. But 50, 60 million is a lot at this stage in the save for a 28-year-old player. What do you guys think? Do we need to make sure we hang on to him, or is it worth selling him and reinvesting the money? I think it might be. Should Man U actually come in for him is another question, because you know how Football Manager is. It will tell you he's got a £90 million move marked up, and then in January Man U will offer 2.5 million. So we will see what happens. But so far, possession, not the best, but chances created is great for us, and we are playing really well. And Strakosha again makes a big save there. I thought that was going to be the highlight, but it looks like we might actually do something here. It's a great kick out to Immobile. Real Madrid going 1-0 up against Shakhtar, which is a good sign for us, and we should really now not have too much pressure on our backs and can really play the way we want to. Luis Alberto into the box towards Milinkovic-Savic. I can't say his name. You know what? We're going to go with SMS. A few people have called him it in the comments. I know that's what people call him, so we're just going to call him SMS from now on. Milinkovic-Savic is SMS, and he's just gone and assisted Ciro Immobile, who I was slating a bit before the game. He has been chipping with goals here and there. He's a top scorer, of course he is, but I just expected a bit more from him. But much like Luis Alberto, if he can keep this kind of thing up, I'd be very happy with him. Castrovilli to Milinkovic-Savic. He threaded the ball through. Immobile finished. very happy with this performance so far from us. It's probably, unless we go and concede now, it's probably the best we've looked, whether it's on camera or off camera. This is maybe our best performance so far, away in the Champions League, 2-0 up, everyone getting involved in the match, whether it's the wing backs or the central midfielders. And yeah, here's Edouard, who we haven't really seen too much today, but he might be getting in with a chance here. He's created a chance for Milinkovic-Savic, SMS, who's gone and hit it straight at the goalkeeper, and we're going into half time. So far, so good. If you guys want to know a little update about me, I recently started a new job. I've mentioned it in a few videos before, I believe, but I've just done my first week of it, and getting used to it a little bit in terms of what that could mean for the schedule of videos on this channel. I think I can get a video out every 3 or 4 days. I'm hoping that's not too big of a problem, because that's what I've always done. It's actually probably more consistent than what I've usually done. So that shouldn't cause too big of a problem. One day I will get around to uploading daily or every 2 days or whatever it may be. So don't worry about that. But that's just the case right now. I'm still just adjusting to it and trying to figure out the time schedule of how I'm going to do things. And my idea is to record on weekends, edit on weekends, then upload throughout the week. Anyway, we've just had a very good chance there, and it has been saved. And speaking of when I upload and stuff, actually I'll pause it and talk about this. Please do let me know in the comments. I'm not just saying this for the sake of it, but do let me know. Are any of you interested in channel memberships to the channel? And if so, what would you like to see? Because now that the channel is now monetized, I have the option, if I want to set it up, to have channel memberships, which I believe is, I think you have to have YouTube Premium, I don't know. I know not many people are going to have that, but I don't know if you do have to have it or not. But I think the idea is that you basically subscribe to a channel with a, you pay to be on an extra tier of like channel member, which gives you different things to use in the comments, which in my opinion isn't really worth it. So I was wondering, if I was going to do that and set it up, would any of you be interested in doing it? And if so, what would you like as like the reward for being a supporter on the channel? Chances are I'd put your name at the start of the video. I think I would probably give early access to videos. Maybe you get to see a video a day before everyone else does. If that's enough of an incentive, I don't know. There's also the thing of, a lot of you guys have been commenting for your youth intake players getting ahead of the game. I like to see it, so that you can have your player's name as a youth intake player. In the future, should this channel keep growing and we get like 3,000, 4,000 subscribers, I'm going to be getting 10 plus requests per episode, and when it comes to the youth intake episode, I get way more than that. So chances are some people might miss out. So will it be in the future the only channel member? I know like Lazio and Dr. Benji, I don't know if he does it, but I know Lazio definitely does, where if you are a channel member, you get to pick which youth intake player you want to take over, and yeah, that's how he gets his name in the game viewers. Maybe I'll do something similar to that. I don't really want to make a cost barrier towards it, but I understand that it's also not going to be fair on people over time when everyone wants one, and it's going to be hard for me to pick who gets one. So yeah, I'm just really waffling on here, but do let me know, would any of you be interested? Chances are most of you won't, but if anyone is, do let me know what you'd like to see, and if you'd like to support the channel in that way. Like I say, money isn't really a thing that I need from these videos. It's not something that I'm doing it for, but it's always going to help me. Of course it will. I'll put it towards like better equipment and things like that, but whether I do it or not, I don't know. I'll probably set up the channel memberships, and you guys can decide. If you do want to, let me know in the comments if you want to join it. But anyway, I'll shut up about it now, as Edouard has just gone and scored a goal, but I believe it's getting chalked off for offside. I have actually seen once before this goal review go my way, but most of the time it doesn't. So there you go, goal disallowed. Actually a pretty good finish from Edouard, a good run. I don't think he was too far off. Oh, it's because it went to Immobile first. I was going to say, I think the game's got that wrong, but the two strikers linking up together quite well there. If we can keep a clean sheet, that's what I'll be happiest with. I would like more goals, but a clean sheet is all that I'm really bothered about in this match, and it looks like it is going to be a Rennes highlight here, unless Edouard can sneak it back off him. Ahmedhodzic doing well to cover there. The ball comes back out to Rennes, who are playing a 4-4-2 now, which is interesting, because I'd really like to see how that would shape up against our formation. I feel like surely we've got a bit of an edge going out wide. I don't really know, but there you go, Lazari's found space, it's worked. Alberto coming very close, Gomez the goalkeeper making a big save, and we should have this game in the bag. I'm not even worried about it too much. I'll probably start rotating and putting some of the lesser known players on, because I need to keep, like SMS plays every game, Immobile plays pretty much every game. I need to try and keep them fit if possible, and there are still some pretty decent players on the bench. Yeah, 60 minutes in, so far so good. I think it's about time we make some changes, so let's go and take a look at who we could possibly bring on. SMS is going to have to leave the pitch because he is the most tired out of anyone. Parolo can come in, a nice leadership kind of player to see the game out, 35 years of age, he'll be useful for us about now. I think as well I'm going to bring off Luis Alberto because he's fairly tired. We bring on Correa there, getting another big player who's going to want game time onto the pitch. Supposedly the centre-backs aren't playing too great, and I've noticed that the average ratings for the centre-backs in this formation aren't usually that great, but I'm not too bothered. As long as we're winning matches and keeping clean sheets, I don't really care about what the game thinks about how well the players are playing, because if I think they're playing well, they're playing well. But saying that, I'm going to get Luis Felipe on, who I'm slowly trying to bring back from injury. He can come on for the yellow carded Aya, because he realistically should be one of our starting centre-backs. So we'll bring him on, and then I'll bring one more player on and save the other one. So who should we have a look at in today's video? You know what, let's do Murasic, should I say, because Lazari does get quite tired quite regularly because we focus so much towards him. So we're just going to go with Murasic as that right wing back, see if he can do anything. He's usually pretty good in game, and then we'll save the other one in case an injury or anything goes wrong. Okay, there we go. 30 minutes left to play. In terms of XG, chances created and everything, we've really dominated Rennes here, should I say. And even though we might not be at like Real Madrid level, we're still at a level where we should be expecting to beat teams. And that is a great goal from Castrovilli. He just ran down through the centre. Edouard and Immobile spread out, which made a great little... You'll see it here. I mean, he stole it off Camavinga. And then because of Immobile and Edouard's run, it just left a perfectly straight line for Castrovilli to walk into. He's walked around the goal there and just tapped it in, really. Easy goal. One of the best goals that I've seen happen in this formation, because it just, you know, it's nice to see. He's the Mazzala, so he's expected to fill in them spaces, get forward a little more than, say, a box-to-box midfielder might do. That's how I see them working anyway. I know maybe the description doesn't say that, but I've used enough Mazzalas to know that they're slightly more attacking than some of the other roles in that central midfield area. And the strikers just peeled off there, gave him some space, and that is a very nice goal to watch. And nice sense of satisfaction as well with his tactic. It's actually doing well. And you guys are finally seeing us win on camera by the looks of it. I don't want to jinx it, but I don't really see this going wrong. Here's Parolo now. We're looking for a fourth. He plays out to Ferrez. As I said, this might be the best performance that I've seen from our team so far. Murasic in towards Edouard. Edouard gets a goal on camera. Murasic with a brilliant leap there to play it into Edouard. And he still had some work to do. A few defenders around him, ball in the air. No one's gone over to celebrate with him, unfortunately, but Edouard must be happy with that goal. Look, here's Parolo. He played it out to Murasic, who reached up, and then Edouard rise between the two defenders and nodded it past the keeper for a 4-0 lead for us now. Perfect play. We've been perfect so far. Menino's going to come on for Castrovilli as he is getting a bit tired, and he's pretty key to the way that we're playing. I mean, they still had chances. This isn't defensively like completely waterproof, but we've just dominated in terms of chances created, and I'm very happy with that. Maybe it wasn't a 4-0 result, but it was definitely an easy win for us, a comfortable win for us. Great performance. Qualifying is a great achievement, of course it is. We are now into the knockout rounds of the Champions League, which is likely where you guys will next see us. As we can see, Real Madrid went on to win. Our goal difference was pretty good after that first game smashing of Shakhtar. So let's go and have a look at what teams will be remaining in the competition should we progress a little bit further. So if we go and have a look at the groups, I imagine not all of them are done yet. They're not, but majority of teams have qualified. So here we go. If we are coming second here, we could potentially play Bayern Munich, Manchester United, okay, Man City. Oh, this isn't great for us. Juventus we can't play, can we? So that's ruled out. And that group technically isn't finished yet either. I'd take Sevilla. I really hope we get Sevilla. Liverpool already qualifying as the first place team, and Barcelona pretty much sorted as the first place team there. There's no easy game for us. I'd be very surprised if we make it any further than the stage we're currently at, the knockout rounds, the first round of 16, but you never know. A little run, a bit of money in the club. 2.46 million, that isn't good enough. Maybe when we get actually into the knockout stages, we'll get a little bit more, but yeah, you know what, fair enough, we'll take that. Good result. January transfer window coming up, plenty of players to sell on. I mean, if we actually go and put our team by age, we've got a few players here, that many over 30. Now, I'm not a fan of too many over 30 players. That's actually 10 players in their 30s. If I was to actually look at them, I would say Immobile is the only one that's like a guaranteed can't sell kind of player. Diego Costa, probably not going to sell, but Lucas, haven't used him all that much. Might be worth a little bit of money for us. Radu, haven't used him too much. Garay, barely touched him. Parolo is probably going to retire here, to be honest. Pepe Reina, I haven't touched him. Masuccio, I could sell him. I haven't touched him. Yeah, there's plenty of deadwood to sell on here. I imagine in a couple seasons' time, you'd probably notice 5 or 6 of these players from this episode. The majority of them will be gone, I'm telling you. I'm not too happy with the squad we've got here, but I'm very happy with the way that we're playing and some of the key members getting involved with goals here and there. So usually the knockout round appears around January or February, so I guess we bring it back then. Plenty of league games to play here. This month in January is going to be a key one. If we can get 5 or 6 wins in this period between here and here, I would take that, because then a couple of draws, maybe a few losses, I reckon we'd still be top, and then we have an easy month coming up after that. I know we're only 10 games in, but what if we win the league this season? That would be brilliant. Anyway, I'll shut up now. That'll be the end of today's episode. Hope you have enjoyed it. Don't forget to like the video if you did enjoy it. Comment down below to get involved. I really enjoyed talking to you guys. And do let me know what you think about that channel membership thing. probably set it up anyway, but it's whether what you guys actually want as a reward for actually getting involved with it. So do let me know. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. You're all awesome. Thank you for all the support on the series. Hopefully I'll see you in episode 4 with plenty of signings or sales to show you guys. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.